As soon as mankind started making tools and weapons of steel, we started using heat treatment. In ancient time, when blacksmiths started making weapons and tools, they realized as soon as the steel turns red and they quickly cool it down, it increases the strength of that part. Steel becomes stronger and more powerful, which can withhold quite a good amount of stress. At that time, no one knew how that worked, but it worked. They ended making really strong steel for everyday use and also for the weapons. The only thing they knew at that time was if they heat steel until it goes red in color and they quickly cool it down with water, it gains strength. So, unknowingly, they were actually applying a heat treatment procedure on that steel. So, to understand how heat treatment works, you need to understand how metal microstructure works. When the most metal starts getting solidified from liquid state, just below the melting point, they start forming a crystalline structure. But these structures have gaps and irregularities in the structure. Now, every metal or metal alloy is actually made out of this metallic structure and microstructure. This microstructure play a very crucial part in mechanical properties of a metal. Mechanical properties like ductility, brittleness, weldability, hardness, strength, tensile strength, and machining. Now, every metal or alloy gets its own metallic structure based on how it is cooled down when it was actually manufactured. So, because of the vast use of iron and carbon alloys, we are mainly going to use those two metal structures in the heat treatment process or in the examples that I will give you. To understand this in more detail, there's a link in the description which says the metallurgy book for non-metallurgical person, which is a really good book and I would really recommend you and read if you want to gain better understanding of how the metallic structure works. Now, if you normally look at the metal structure of steel, it will normally look like this. In normal cases, metal molecules will do a structure or do the movement like this that's shown in the video. But and right next to it, there is another structure which is blocking its path and that will do a movement like this, which means one side of movement is getting blocked by another side of the movement. So now when we apply heat to the same particle or same microstructure, what will happen is those particles will start actually getting a vibration due to heat. And because of that, it will close the gap or it will remove the impurities and settle it somewhere else. This means it can take better load and you will have better load distribution among those structures. Because of this, the basic mechanical properties which actually came from the default metal from the start that will change and you will either get a stronger, malleable or you can actually adjust the properties according to what you need and where you need it. To explain you the same concept, look at these metal balls which are poured or which are trapped into a wall-like pattern just to explain you how this works. Now, when we first put all this metal, it will actually create a random pattern in its structure, even though they are all round, same size balls. But it will still create some different patterns or variable patterns onto the wall. Now, in metal structure, when we apply heat, what actually happens is the atoms or the microstructures start getting vibrations. So, to explain you the same situation, let's vibrate these metal balls and see what happens. It is just like when you're trying to fill something into a bottle and you have no space, then you shake it and you will get more space. That means you will get better settlement of the atoms. So that is exactly what's happening right now in this video. So this is in general how heat treatment actually works. Because of the heat or because of how heat is been applied, you'll get a change of existing structure. You can actually modify the existing properties of a metal. You can make it machinable, you can make it weldable, you can make it stronger, or you can make it ductile, or you can make it very brittle. It is all dependent on how you want to achieve the material. And that is why heat treatment is very important, because if you look at the parts like engine parts or high moving parts like gears, those parts withstand high heat and a really good wear resistance. So those parts needs to be tough or needs to be more hardened than the regular metal. So we first manufacture the parts normally and then we apply different heat treatment method based on what are our requirements, and then we adjust the properties of those material. Thank you very much guys for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. I will see you in my next video where I will explain you every single method of heat treatment manufacturing.